In this video, we're going to learn an interesting pattern for voicing chords in a descending scale. So if the scale continues going downward, for example, what do you do for chords underneath that, and how can you make good use of that? Sometimes you just play chords, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to use a chord for each of the notes, which is kind of fun. So this is part 4 in our tutorial series for the tune Acquiescence. It's one of my own tunes. I thought it might be interesting for you to learn. Lots of people like it on MuseScore. It's got a very high rating, and it's just a lot of fun to play, and it can definitely lend itself to helping you with your modern chord voicings. And so in this video, I'm going to discuss that descending scale and the chord voicings. But first, let me play you a solo over Acquiescence so you get an idea of the song. Also, I'm going to post a link up here in the corner to the original recording of this tune, which is tutorial number 1. So, but stick around because let me play the solo for you. It's only going to take a few minutes, then we're going to come back and discuss these voicings. See you then. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, there is a link to the actual melody, but the melody starting at C is like this. And that's the descending line that we're going to be talking about. The E minor 7 flat 5, which could sound like this. But it's so much nicer to play a chord under each of those notes. So let's discuss that in detail right now. So if the chord is E minor 7 flat 5, you got 1, 3, flat 5, and 7. So that's the first premise you want to keep into your head. And is the melody note one of those notes in the chord? And indeed it is. It's the third of the chord. So when we know that, what you might want to do is space out your chords. So catch some of the other notes in that chord first. So in this case, the flat 5, and then play the 7th in the left hand. So really, it's a really nice sound. And then just go down the scale for those first notes. So let's write that out. So we're going to start here with D, C, B flat, and A. So that just follows the E minor 7 flat 5 scale down. And in the right hand, we're going to do B flat, A, G, and F. Actually, because we have our melody note, we need the melody note in there as well. And I know it's on the first line, but let's make it easier. So. And then when we get to A7 sharp 9, basically that, or flat 9, and again, is the melody note one of the notes of the chord? And it is. In this case, it's the 3rd. So what you want to do here is switch gears a little bit. So the left hand is going to go and catch literally the flat 9 in the left hand, which is a really cool sound. So it's going to reverse gears. So, but the right hand is going to continue down the scale. So we've got C sharp and A. And in this case, we're going to use B flat and C sharp here. And in the left hand, we're going to use the 7th of the chord. So the C sharp is the 3rd. This is the flat 9. The B flat is the flat 9. And in the bass, we're going to put the 7th of the chord, which is cool. So let's do that again. And here, as you get down to the bottom, we're going to start to make thicker chords. So in this case, let's throw this down. So what we're going to do is play, we're going to put the 3rd in the bass. Really unusual, but we're going to do that. C sharp here, then A, and then we're going to do the flat 9, which is B flat, but we're going to put it in the right hand. So B flat, C sharp, E, and A, which is our melody note. And then for the last one, we're going to hit the root, which is a good idea because we haven't hit the root anywhere in the bass along here. And we're getting to resolve it to the D minor 7. So this is the destination chord. So as you have descending scales, there's always a chord that ends up being. In this case, it's a 2-5-1 in D minor. So you want to do this, which is the A, B flat, C sharp, which is the 3rd of the chord, and E, which is, this is just a G diminished 7th chord, which basically if you put it over A, it's an A7 flat 9 chord, and then A and G in the left hand. So. And then really space it out here when you get to the D minor chord. So we're going to put down a D, an A, an F, and then a force in the right hand. So G, C, and F, which is the melody note. So instead of this C sharp and A here on this chord, you might just want to use the 3rd as well. So we'll put that in brackets as an alternate choice. It's a little thinner, and it might work in that particular case. And then the D minor 7th chord, of course. So in this case, you really want to bottom out that left hand. So get way down there with a B flat, basically a B flat, and go 8 VB on that one. Stick it way down here. And in the right hand, we're going to throw up this cluster because we got this really high note, this really low note. Let's throw a cluster in the middle of it. we got B flat, or sorry, A, B flat, D, and F. So, oh, and also throw a C in there as well, which is the third of the chord. Or you could go to a little bit different. Maybe that's what was maybe that's what I originally intended, basically the sharp 11. So let's throw an alternate choice here, and let's go same chord, A, B flat, but then switch it up to E, natural, and G. So it contains this sharp 11 that's in the chord symbol. Nice. Okay, that about does it for this tutorial. That was really a lot of time spent on 4 bars, and I think it was worth it because you definitely see that a lot in ballads, and you really want to be able to play chords on each of the notes. So I hope that was valuable for you. If you have any questions about it and you want to dig a little deeper, just write it in the comments below, and consider subscribing to the channel because we could use a few more people like you around here. Thanks for your time.